Hey there, science fans! Today we're diving into the amazing world of cells. Cells are the basic units of life, like tiny factories bustling with activity. They're responsible for everything living things do. From bacteria to plants to humans, it all starts with the cell. Think of a brick wall. Each brick is like a single cell, and together they form a larger structure. Just like that wall, cells work together to form tissues, organs, and whole organisms. Pretty cool, right? Now let's zoom in and explore the fascinating world inside a cell. Get ready for an adventure. At the heart of every cell lies the nucleus, the control center that directs all cellular activities. Imagine the nucleus as the cell's brain, storing the genetic blueprint, DNA. This DNA contains all the instructions for building and running the cell. The nucleus is enclosed in a double membrane called the nuclear envelope, which acts like a protective barrier. It has tiny pores that allow molecules to pass in and out like messengers carrying instructions. Inside the nucleus, DNA is organized into structures called chromosomes. Pretty important job, right? The nucleus ensures the smooth functioning of the cell and the inheritance of genetic information. Let's move on to the protein factories. Next up, we have ribosomes, the protein-making machines of the cell. These tiny but mighty structures are crucial for the survival and function of all living organisms. Proteins are essential molecules involved in almost every cellular process, from building structures to carrying out chemical reactions. They play a role in muscle contraction, immune response, and even cell signaling. Ribosomes are like tiny construction workers, assembling amino acids into long chains according to the instructions from DNA. This process is known as protein synthesis, and it's fundamental to cell function. You can find ribosomes scattered throughout the cytoplasm, the jelly-like substance that fills the cell, or attached to a network of membranes called the endoplasmic reticulum. These locations help ribosomes efficiently produce proteins needed by the cell. Think of it like this. Ribosomes in the cytoplasm are like freelance builders, while those attached to the endoplasmic reticulum work in a factory setting. Each type has its own unique role in protein production. Without ribosomes, our bodies wouldn't be able to build new tissues, transport oxygen, or fight off infections. They are indispensable for maintaining our health and well-being. They're essential for life as we know it. Every cell relies on ribosomes to function properly and sustain life. Now let's explore the transportation system of the cell. This intricate network ensures that all cellular components are in the right place at the right time. Now let's talk about the endoplasmic reticulum, ER, a network of interconnected sacs and tubes that acts as the cell's manufacturing and transportation system. This intricate network is essential for the cell's overall function and efficiency. There are two types of ER, rough ER and smooth ER, each with distinct roles and structures. The rough ER is studded with ribosomes, giving it a bumpy appearance. These ribosomes are crucial for the synthesis of proteins. It's involved in protein synthesis and folding, ensuring that proteins are correctly assembled and functional. Think of it as a factory floor where proteins are assembled and packaged, ready for their specific tasks within the cell. The smooth ER, on the other hand, lacks ribosomes and plays a role in lipid synthesis and detoxification. It also helps in the metabolism of carbohydrates and regulation of calcium concentration. Once proteins are made in the ER, they're transported to the Golgi apparatus, another organelle that looks like a stack of flattened sacs. This transition is crucial for the next steps in protein processing. The Golgi apparatus acts like the cell's post office, further processing, sorting, and packaging proteins into vesicles for delivery to their final destinations. This ensures that each protein reaches the correct location within or outside the cell, maintaining cellular efficiency and function. Section 5, Mitochondria, the energy factories. No cell can function without energy. That's where mitochondria come in. These bean-shaped organelles are the powerhouses of the cell, responsible for generating energy through cellular respiration. Mitochondria break down glucose, a type of sugar, in the presence of oxygen to produce ATP, the cell's primary energy currency. Think of ATP as tiny batteries that power all cellular activities. Mitochondria are fascinating organelles with their own DNA, separate from the cell's nucleus. This suggests that they were once independent organisms that formed a symbiotic relationship with early cells. Pretty amazing, right? Section 6. Lysosomes and peroxisomes, cellular cleanup crews. Just like any well-organized factory, cells need efficient waste management systems. That's where lysosomes and peroxisomes come in. These organelles act as the cell's cleanup crews, breaking down waste materials and detoxifying harmful substances. Lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs filled with digestive enzymes that can break down various molecules, including worn-out organelles, ingested bacteria, and debris. They're like the cell's recycling centers, breaking down waste into reusable building blocks. Peroxisomes, on the other hand, contain enzymes that detoxify harmful substances, particularly hydrogen peroxide, a byproduct of cellular metabolism. They're like specialized waste treatment plants, neutralizing dangerous chemicals before they can damage the cell. Together, lysosomes and peroxisomes help maintain a clean and healthy cellular environment. Let's move on to vacuoles, another important organelle. Section 7, vacuoles, storage tanks, and more. Vacuoles are storage bubbles found within cells. They can store water, nutrients, waste products, and other substances. Plant cells often have a large central vacuole that helps maintain turgor pressure, giving the plant its rigidity. Think of a vacuole as a storage tank or a backpack that the cell uses to keep things organized. In animal cells, vacuoles are smaller and more numerous, involved in processes like endocytosis and exocytosis. Vacuoles are essential for maintaining cell volume, storing nutrients, and even helping plants stand upright. Now let's explore some organelles specific to plant cells. Section 8. Plant cells, chloroplasts, and cell walls. Plant cells have some unique features that set them apart from animal cells. One of the most important is the presence of chloroplasts, the sites of photosynthesis. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, the green pigment that captures light energy from the sun. Through photosynthesis, plant cells convert light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. This process is essential for life on Earth, as it provides the oxygen we breathe and the food we eat. Another unique feature of plant cells is the cell wall, a rigid outer layer that provides structural support and protection. The cell wall is made primarily of cellulose, a complex carbohydrate that gives plants their strength. Section 9. Moving across membranes, passive and active transport. Now that we've explored the main organelles, let's talk about how cells transport substances across their membranes. This process is crucial for the survival and function of cells. The cell membrane is selectively permeable, meaning it controls what enters and exits the cell. This selective permeability is vital for maintaining the internal environment of the cell. There are two main types of membrane transport: passive transport and active transport. Each type plays a unique role in cellular function. Passive transport doesn't require energy and occurs down a concentration gradient, meaning substances move from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. This natural movement is driven by the kinetic energy of molecules. Examples of passive transport include simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and osmosis. Simple diffusion involves the movement of small or nonpolar molecules, while facilitated diffusion requires the help of transport proteins. Active transport, on the other hand, requires energy to move substances against their concentration gradient, from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration. This energy is usually provided by ATP. Think of it as swimming upstream. Just as it takes effort to swim against the current, cells expend energy to move substances against their natural flow. Examples of active transport include pumps, endocytosis, and exocytosis. Pumps actively move ions and molecules, while endocytosis and exocytosis involve the engulfing and expelling of large particles. Membrane transport is essential for maintaining cellular homeostasis, allowing cells to take in nutrients, remove waste products, and communicate with their environment. Without these processes, cells would not be able to sustain life or perform their necessary functions. Section 10. Cell biology and action applications in diverse fields. Understanding cell structure and function has far-reaching implications in various fields, including medicine, biotechnology, agriculture, and environmental science. In medicine, cell biology is crucial for understanding diseases, developing new drugs, and exploring gene therapy. For example, researchers are studying how cancer cells differ from normal cells to develop targeted therapies. Biotechnology utilizes cellular processes to develop innovative products like genetically modified crops, biofuels, and personalized medicine. In agriculture, scientists are engineering crops to be more resistant to pests, diseases, and harsh environmental conditions, addressing global food security concerns. Environmental scientists study the impact of pollutants on cellular function in organisms, helping to monitor and protect our ecosystems. Section 11. The importance of cells. A microscopic world with macro-level impact. Cells are the fundamental units of life, responsible for all biological processes. From the intricate workings of organelles to the complex mechanisms of membrane transport, cells are a testament to the elegance and efficiency of nature. Understanding cell structure and function is crucial for unraveling the mysteries of life, from the smallest bacteria to the largest organisms on Earth. By studying cells, we gain insights into the fundamental processes that sustain life, paving the way for advancements in healthcare, agriculture, and environmental conservation. So, the next time you think about the amazing complexity of life, remember the tiny cells that make it all possible. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and never stop exploring the wonders of science.